Live with Dan Michaels. Now heard throughout the region with 100,000 watts on 104.7 FM, 94.1 FM in the FM Metro, the KFGO mobile app, KFGO.com, and on the Triple Towers of Power, the mighty 790 News Radio, KFGO.
The mighty 790 and 104.7 KFGO. Everybody cranked up about the Minnesota Twins. They're 4-2 after their win today in Detroit. They're home tomorrow to start their home opener. Coverage starts here 2:30 on KFGO as the Seattle Mariners in town for the opener. Weather, we hope the weather's not going to get in the way of the opener tomorrow. He'll stay positive about it all. And to get us all ready for the Minnesota Twins home opener, would you please welcome Communications Director of the Minnesota Twins, Mr. Matt Hudson, back to KFGO. Hi, Matt. How are you doing today?
Hello, Dan. I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
I'm just super. Thanks so much for joining us. I know you're a really busy guy, so thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always a good time to get to talk about Twins baseball.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much. Again, Matt Hudson joining us today from the Minnesota Twins front office. Home opener is tomorrow. I'm not sure even where to start the festivities, everything in line for tomorrow, but who's throwing out the first pitch tomorrow? Do you know?
Oh, I do know. Tomorrow, throwing out the first pitch will be the one and only Ron Gardenhire.
Wow. How about that?
Yes.
Do you know how Ron's feeling?
Bringing Gardy.
You know how he's feeling?
He's feeling great. He's feeling fantastic. He's fired up. It's actually going to be a really cool moment. So, as every Twins fan know, 30 years ago, 1991, a magical year.
Yeah.
In the World Series. And you know what some fans might forget when Gene Larkin lost that ball in the left field for the walk-off winner. The third base coach ready to send Dan Gladden home with the series-winning run was Gardy.
How about that?
Yeah, so to kick off our 30th anniversary celebration of the 91 World Series champs, which is something that'll be going all year, but to start it off with the home opener, we said, Gardy, why don't you come on back and throw out the first pitch? And also a nice little tie. The person catching the first pitch, Toby Gardenhire, his son.
Oh, that's great. Now, isn't Toby into baseball coaching and managing himself?
He is, and that was another reason we did this. So Toby actually is about a month away from making his AAA managerial debut with the St. Paul Saints.
Oh, how about that? So he'll just be across town?
He's just across town. You know, we've got some guys there using the alternate training site in St. Paul right now, and the minor league side is kicking up their spring training right now. The minor league year is starting about a month later than normal. So, yeah, he'll come on over on the green line, I guess, and come catch first pitch from Dad.
How
That'll
about
be a fun
that?
moment.
That is really cool. That is, and when, I tell you what, when Gardy left Detroit last year, we were all really concerned that something was really, really tragically wrong with his health.
Yeah, we shared that concern, but I think it just was time for him he felt it was time to step away before something developed,
Okay.
He knows his body and knew it was time to step away, but he's been feeling great, and I know he's excited for Toby to continue the Gardy managerial name in our organization, and he's thrilled to be back at Target Field tomorrow.
Matt Hudson is joining us, Senior Manager in Business Communications with the Minnesota Twins. We call him the Communications Director. He's joining us.
I like that. You can say that.
I like it, too. We're talking all things Minnesota Twins. So as long as we brought up the fact that Toby's going to be managing the St. Paul, well, it's not the St. Paul Saints, I guess, anymore. It's the Minnesota Twins AAA ball club. I guess it still will be the St. Paul Saints, though. But it's got to be one of the biggest advantages in pro baseball right now, having your AAA team across town.
Yes, we have the closest geographic proximity between AAA team and Major League club in the game. I mean, it's 10 miles, maybe a little less depending on which roads you take. It's a huge competitive advantage for us.
Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you there. I didn't want to interrupt your thought. This is going to change a lot of things. I mean, those guys are just as close to the airport as you guys are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's people knew they called it the Rochester Express for the last 2 years. There was a flight that left Rochester, New York, to go to the Twin Cities. It left about 6 a.m. and that was our shuttle plane calling guys back and forth to the AAA level. Now, yeah, of course, there'll be some times when we need a guy and St. Paul's on the road, but more often than not, you can have a guy maybe tweak something during batting practice and be able to put him on the injured list, call up his replacement who could drive across town and be there for the game.
Well, that's a really great advantage. Well, getting back to the opener tomorrow against Seattle, can you tell us who's singing the national anthem and any of the pomp and circumstance that people might be able to see in the opener tomorrow?
Yeah, we have a local Twin Cities-based woman here named Natalia Romero, singing the national anthem tomorrow. She is with the local group Vocal Essence, a fantastic group here in the Twin Cities. Beautiful voice. She'll be singing the national anthem for us. Then right after that, we'll have the customary flyover from the 148th Fighting Wing out of Duluth. We're also going to take some time, to salute some of the people that have helped us all get here through this last year.
Yeah.
We're going to have a ceremonial starting lineup of 9 educators from throughout Twins territory to really kind of tip our hat to those people that have kept our kids learning through the most unusual school year ever. We'll have the 3M frontline hero, play ball hero, coming to us from M Health Fairview Hospital, one of those brave people on the front lines helping us all get through the pandemic and back to a spot where we can have fans back in the ballpark, which really is the biggest part of all tomorrow.
Yeah,
is welcoming our fans back to Target Field.
Absolutely. And how many fans are you going to allow in tomorrow?
We'll have 10,000 fans there tomorrow.
Okay,
that's the maximum allowed by state guidelines right now. So we're gonna get right up to that.
Okay, so 10,000 fans for now. And Matt, have you been privy to any conversations with the state or the governor or Major League Baseball about expanding how many people and maybe what time of the year that you would expand the amount of people that can come to the game?
Yeah, those discussions are ongoing. We've had a terrific dialogue and partnership with Governor Tim Walz and the Minnesota Department of Health throughout the off season and certainly here in earlier spring as we submitted our plan to bring back fans, and I think helped play a role in landing at the number that the state ultimately moved its guidelines to. Those dialogue continue, and it's our hope that certainly at some point this summer that we can open up the gates even wider and allow even more people in. But we'll defer to the science, and when MDH tells us that we can safely bring more people back in, we'll be ready to do it. Okay.
Matt Hudson's joining us from the Minnesota Twins. He's communications director with the Twins. We're talking about the Twins opener coming our way tomorrow. Are you sold out for as many tickets as you can sell, Matt?
We are sold out for tomorrow and sold out for the remainder of this first weekend series. We actually, about 2 weeks ago, we put single game tickets on sale for our first 17 home games through May 6th. And within 6 hours, 9 of those 17 sold out. We still have tickets remaining for next Monday through Thursday against Boston and a series against the Texas Rangers in early May. But there's a demand for Twins tickets, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So getting back to the national anthem, are you guys set for the whole year, or can people still submit? How would somebody submit something to you if they wanted a shot at singing the national anthem at a Twins game?
Great question. The best place to start is to probably send an email to it's a pretty easy email address, twins@twinsbaseball.com. That goes to our a team that fields all sorts of requests, and they can get it to our promotions department. And yeah, we do not have all 81 national anthems booked yet. There's still plenty of opportunities if people would like to come out and show us their singing voice at Target Field this year.
Well, we got a number of them around here. I'm sure they'd love to. So what is the email address again?
It's twins@twinsbaseball.com.
Twins@twinsbaseball.com. So if you've got an aspiring young one or something in the family, a closet singer, have them send something down to the Minnesota. Do you guys prefer MP3s, discs, CDs, DVDs?
MP3s would be great.
Okay. So send him an MP3 and mix something down and send it to the Twins. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Twins, the team itself. Matt Hudson is joining us from the Minnesota Twins today. Luke Donaldson at third base right away. Day one hurts himself again. Before I went on the air, the guys in the previous show were talking about this as well. How's Luke doing?
He's doing fantastic. Actually, Josh Donaldson.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Josh.
No, it's okay.
Luke. Sorry, Josh Donaldson.
I won't tell him he said that.
Jeez.
I can't say he's doing great because he's on the injured list, but his recovery so far is coming along about as well as we can expect. And the good thing for Josh and for all of us is that it wasn't his calf that's been giving him trouble and forced him out of the lineup last year and a couple years ago when he was with Cleveland. Same thing. It's in his hamstring, which it's never good, but there was some sigh of relief that all the work he did in the offseason on his calf seems to be paying off, and also it wasn't as severe as it could have been. I mean, it's a mild high hamstring strain, but we do think that when his time is up on the injured list, he'll be eligible to come off and ready to come off at that point.
I sure hope so. It'd be sure nice to play a whole season with him at the corner. I'll tell you that. So Miguel Sano, traditionally getting off to a slow start. It's been interesting to listen to the games on radio and watch the games on television. The strategy employed by Rocco Baldelli, getting Miguel a lot of at-bats at spring training, keeping him in the lineup no matter what. Do you think all that will work towards Miguel's favor, trying to get out of the slow start syndrome he's in?
I do, and if you look a little bit deeper at Miguel, yeah, he's had a few strikeouts already, and that's just who Miguel is. Even when he's going good, he's still gonna punch out a few times, but he's still had some good plate appearances, good at bats. He's drawn a few more walks than we're used to seeing in a 6-game stretch from Miggy. His home run the other day in Milwaukee was a thing of beauty. Taking a 97-mile-per-hour fastball outside half of the plate and rocketing it out to right center field.
Yeah,
his swing it's close. I mean, at bats like that, when he's doing that, going the opposite field, good things are on the horizon. Just be a little bit patient with Mr. Sano, and I think it's going to come around here pretty quick.
I tell you what, there's superstars all over this baseball field. Byron Buxton, Max Kepler, but Nelson Cruz. What can you say about Nelson Cruz? The man just admits it. He's just got so much charm. You're compelled to watch.
Yeah. That smile, he's got the $1 million smile going to it. It lights everybody up. But the man's 40 years old. Can't start the first 3 games of the season because we're in the National League Park.
Yeah.
Rolls out of bed Monday in Detroit and hits 2 homers and a double, and it just keeps on hitting the whole rest of the series. I mean, even his outs are loud. He's an absolutely phenomenal hitter. And it's so much fun to watch.
And Matt, his leadership is so appreciated too. There are so many people. I played small college football, and we've all got stories of our days. But there's always a couple of guys on your team that aren't part of the team, that will sit on the bench, not be part of it. And then you got a superstar like Nelson Cruz, who would have every reason in the world to sit down, but he's up on the side of the dugout. He's yelling and screaming. He's into the contest the whole game. That's got to do a ton for the rest of the team.
Does a huge ton. He's beloved in our clubhouse. That was a big reason we brought him back. In addition to obviously what he brings offensively, team MVP 2 years running. But that leadership, it can't be overlooked, and it's invaluable. And you saw it again this weekend in Milwaukee. Yeah, he can't start, but he's right there on that top railing all 3 games.
That's right. It's so much fun.
It's a huge thing for our young players to see.
Well, we're all super excited around here. Minnesota Twins home opener is tomorrow, 2:30. Coverage starts on KFGO. Twins hosting the Seattle Mariners for their home opener. Weather is going to be tough. You're going to try to get that ball game in no matter what, right, Matt?
We're going to try to get it in, and it looks right now, knock on wood, fingers crossed, that there's going to be a window that's going to allow us to play baseball tomorrow at 3:10.
I hope it happens. Matt Hudson, who is technically Senior Manager of Business Communications. We just call him the Communications Manager or Director of the Minnesota Twins. Matt Hudson, thank you very much for joining us, and win Twins!
Win Twins! I love it!
Thanks, Matt. Have a great day.
My pleasure.
KFGO time is 4:23. You're listening to The Drive with Dan Michaels on the Mighty 790 and 104.7 KFGO.
You're listening to The Drive with Dan Michaels.